Good morning. It's Monday morning. It really feels like Monday morning to me. Ugh. But here we are. So, this week I want to talk about uh, less about yoga theory in terms of identity and more about practices that help you to realize that identity. So, if I was going to give you one piece of advice on how to transform your yoga practice in ways that will also transform your life, it would have nothing to do about where to set up your mat or how long to hold your stretches or any of that other stuff. I would say if you want to have a noticeable and fairly immediate impact on your life, try to apply the principles of yama to your life. So yama is actually the first limb of the limb set, uh, eight limb organization of yoga. It means to restrain. The word comes from the original verb would be to break a wild horse so that you could put a saddle on it. So in this case, you are the wild horse and you are the rider. So you want to have that nice, powerful horse, let it run free, but also be able to not let it run amok and just drag you under branches and leave you in the dust, for instance. So there are 5 principles of yama, and today the first one is ahimsa. I think in some ways all of yoga practice leads back to ahimsa. Uh, Literally means to not kill people or other things, but oftentimes described as non-hurting or non-violence. And I like to see that big bee flying in front of the camera. I like to describe ahimsa as peace, sort of as a state of being, and I guess it can be a verb as well. Um, One of the Yoga Sutras about peace says that if a person is firmly rooted or standing firmly in peace, then all violence or hurting in their presence stops. Um, so I give an example of a story, New Testament story. So Jesus goes to his hometown to preach, and the people don't like what he says, so they take him to the precipice on which the town is built to throw him over. Now, we're thinking a cliff, and he's going to go, splat. It might just be a big grassy hill, sort of like the Princess Bride, where they're going to throw him and let him roll down the bottom and laugh at him. But anyway, and then it suddenly says, but Jesus just walked through the crowd and away. So normally they say, oh, it's the magic Jesus. He made everyone blind or whatever, made himself invisible. Or maybe he was just really rooted in the presence of nonviolence, of peace, and that gave either that spread to everyone else or their attempts uh, to be violent to him just have no place to go. Who knows? So you can think about that mystery of what that story is really about if you want. But I want to focus a little bit more on a little more underlying quandary with peace. So in Prophet by Khalil Gibran, one line when he's talking about houses of all things, talks about peace, and he describes peace as the quiet urge that reveals your power. So how can peace make you powerful? That's not how we have our society ordered. Violence and strength makes us powerful. We just believe that we're the good guys, and so we can use our violence in the right way. But that's not what the Yoga Sutra is saying, and that's not really what the story from Jesus was saying either. Jesus didn't put the smack down on everyone and leave them lying on the ground stunned. He just walked right through the crowd. So maybe you can spend a little time today thinking about where do you get power from related to peace. So I'm reminded of the old spiritual song, there's peace like a river in my soul. A river can be very calm and slow flowing, but try to dam it up and stop it and see what happens. You're not going to stop it for long. So where does your peace come from? Where does it flow from? And how does hooking into that peace bring you power? I'll put some links on the comment sections that follow up with this, and I hope you have a great day.